Okay, so for the last 12 years or so, I have been a Leafs fan, a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. I've watched them grow, watched them get better, watched them get worse, and then watched them get better again. I don't know why I chose the Leafs when I was 9 or 10 or whatever, because they sucked. Why did I want to like a sucky team? I don't know. Maybe I have problems in the head. I don't know. But for the last, 12 years or something, I've watched this team and they've made me happy. They made me sad. Made me mad. They made me cry. Anyway. And last night, it happened again. Toronto lost first round exit, Game 7 against the Boston Bruins again for a third time since 2013. 2013, 2018, 2019. I'm looking at my dog. Sorry. 3 times since 2013. This team cannot beat the Boston Bruins. And it was a 5-1 loss last night in Game 7. I guess I'll just start. Game 7 was not a good game. Second period was great. First period was not great. They allowed 2 goals in that first period. That killed them. Third period, Mike Babcock's putting out Patrick Marleau in the fourth line. Austin Matthews only gets 18 minutes of time on ice. John Tavares barely gets 21. It's a Game 7. These players should not be getting around 20 minutes to play in a Game 7. There's a phone beeping. And that made me mad. I'm not going to swear. That made me mad. And the whole power play, special teams, I don't know which one runs the power play, whatever, DJ Smith or the other guy or whatever. I mean, they're gone. One or two of these 3 coaches are gone. Or maybe, yeah. I mean, the special teams was horrendous. I don't even know. Their penalty kill was around 60% or something like that. I haven't looked at the numbers. I'm sorry. The power play, they couldn't score an empty net on the freaking power play. I don't know what's going on in that. You got John Tavares, William Nylander, Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, Jake Gardiner, Morgan Riley. Go down the list. Kasperi Kapanen, Andreas Johnsson. And you can't score on a freaking power play against the Boston Bruins? And there was even a tweet I saw about how Boston was surprised that Toronto didn't play their first power play unit so much. And I was like, well, Jesus, I'm surprised too. We're in the same boat. It's just ridiculous. They play the first line for like 55 seconds, have no pressure, run off. Here comes the second line, no pressure. It's like, what are we doing? We're at the point. Keep passing it back and forth. One will go in eventually, by the time I'm dead. Coming into this season, moving off from Game 7 right now, whatever. Yeah, they lost 5-1, I guess, whatever. Okay. Coming into this season, I was told by the media, this team is going to go far. They got John Tavares finally. Signed him on July 1st, 2018. I was happy as a friggin' clam. Everything was going to be great. The Islanders were going to probably suck. They got Leo Komarov and Matt Martin, which 2 players I loved. Still love, whatever. And they take away Tyler Bozak. He goes to St. Louis. Still love Tyler Bozak. He was a Leaf for friggin' 11 years or something on a lot of bad teams that were there. Roman Polak went to Dallas. I don't care about Polak. He wasn't very much good for us, but apparently he's doing something in Dallas because they're on to the second friggin' round. And Anyway, yeah. John Tavares came in. We got Jake Muzzin during the season. He was really good. Big part of that defensive core now or whatever. And people were just so hyped about this team. Just how good they're going to be. But this year, they didn't even get as many wins or as many points as they did the year before. I can't even speak here. I can't believe it. They got 3 less wins, I think, and they got 5 less points than last year. And that might not mean anything. But with this team, John Tavares, a friggin' star center. Now he's like hated in the Islanders in New York. Friggin' by New York Islander fans. He's a snake and all this crap. I don't know. I mean, yeah. He left you, like, suddenly. I guess you could hate him. I don't hate anybody. I just can't believe that this team is gone again. And the New York Islanders are going to the second round after a 4-0 sweep against the Pittsburgh Penguins. And I saw some people saying Pittsburgh was an easy opponent. They've won the cup, 2 cups over freaking 2016, 2017 cups. They're not an easy opponent. They got anytime there's Crosby, Malkin, and Phil Kessel and all that crap, Jake Gensel, it's not an easy opponent. Crosby is not an easy opponent. The New York Islanders beat them. Just like Tampa was beat 4-0 sweep against Columbus. These teams were just bad. I don't know. Robin Leonard stood on his head for much of the season. Now he's nominated for the Vezina. Has he played enough games? I don't think so. But hey, if he wins it, congratulations. I like Robin Leonard. I'm glad he's doing well. But now New York Islanders fans are chirping me. And rightfully so. I'm an idiot for being a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, I guess. I don't know. I got water. Ugh. And I didn't spend, I got this for Christmas. This was a lot of money, this jersey. And I will keep wearing it. That has nothing to do with this. I'm just ranting now. Well, I've been ranting, I guess. I'm just flabbergasted is what I am. I don't know where to look. But, yeah, I don't know. After that game, there's a lot of Fire Babcock tweets and hashtags all over the place. I mean, last night I was thinking, well, yeah, he's got to be gone. And a lot of people saying that was the last game he's ever going to coach for the Leafs. I mean, something's going to have to change. I don't know what's going to happen. The backup goalie situation, I mean, Garrett Sparks is not an NHL goalie. Unless it gets better after he went, whatever he was doing, training for 10 days or whatever that was, and they brought up Michael Hutchinson. Michael Hutchinson is no better. Like, Freddie needs somebody behind him that's actually kind of good. They had one in Curtis McElhinney, but no one ever plays their best hockey when they're 35. Except Curtis McElhinney, I guess. No goalie does anyway. Mark Giordano, he's 35 and he's going to win the Norris this year. I'm just all over the place, but I don't care. This team is friggin', ugh. And I watched, Steve Dangle, you know, if you're a hockey fan, whatever you watch, Steve Dangle. Or if you're a Toronto fan, you've watched him anyway. And he calmed me down with his video. I watched it at like 3 a.m. last night, or this morning, whatever. And that was like a 30-minute video, which helped me bring it down, you know. And I watched The Hockey Guy. If you're a hockey fan, you've probably seen something about The Hockey Guy on YouTube. And he reviews games and all that stuff. And he reviewed the Toronto and Boston game because that's what he reviews every playoff game. And the Leafs fans in the comments and the dislikes, it's stupid. Why are you disliking the Hockey Guy's video about Toronto losing? Like, okay, the Hockey Guy is a fan of 3 teams. He likes Vancouver, Boston, and Dallas. in that order. So when he wears the Boston jersey and the hat, people are automatically mad because they know that he's happy that Toronto lost. Well, he's not happy that Toronto lost. He's just happy that Boston's on. And I would be too. It's like, I'm a fan. If you're a fan of that team, you're going to be happy they're moving on. Beating Toronto again. I mean, at this point, it's just like, you got to stop being optimistic. Anytime Toronto and Boston face each other in the playoffs, you just got to say, well, Toronto's out in 7 again, for God's sakes. This is just going to happen now. I mean, if it happens 3 times, I don't see it not happening in the future. Unless friggin' Patrice Bergeron friggin' dies or whatever. I mean, I hope not. I don't know. This team is just, it's nuts. This whole, everything was supposed to be better this year, and it's not. They're supposed to be on to the second round at least this year. I heard a lot in the summertime that if you don't make it to the second round this year, then things have to really change. And now I'm seeing a lot of backpedaling. It's like, this team that had John Tavares, Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews just signed a big contract. Nylander signed a contract finally. That's cost him a lot. It cost him his points and goals and his chemistry with the team. And it cost the whole team as a whole, bringing him back. And then they lost a lot after that, more than earlier when he wasn't even there. I don't even know. It's just, it's upsetting is what it is. If I was an Islanders fan, if I was a Bruins fan, I'd be laughing. I'd be having a good old time. And because the Toronto Maple Leafs are, once again, a laughing stock. Had all this hype, had all these great players, still can't get past the Boston Bruins in the first round. I mean, you would say for much of the series this year, Toronto was the better team. But it doesn't matter who was the better team, who came out on top. And it was the Boston Bruins again, because Toronto sucked in Game 7 again. Jake Gardiner was a minus player. Nazem Kadri wasn't even there. I mean, I don't know. This summer you got to think about trading Nazem Kadri. Probably. I mean, he cost the team again. He's out for the second time in a playoffs. Suspended again because he can't hold his temper. And that's what the Boston Bruins do. That's their plan. That's what they do. Brad Marchand, he's there to annoy you. Zdeno Chara is there to pick on you, whatever. He's 6'9". He could kill you. He could kill a man. And Patrice Bergeron, he's just so polite. He's like, he doesn't fit into the Boston mold, but he's there. And he's won a cup. He's so good. Great face-off guy. He's a great human. And he's on that team. You got David Pastrnak. He's a star. It's nuts. Charlie McAvoy. You got Tuukka Rask and net. It's just this team. Toronto was so hyped. And Boston was they weren't looked at as the favorites or something. Well, I guess some people had them as favorites, but it was just from where I am in Canada. It was Toronto has to win this, all this crap. And of course they don't. Because Boston is still a good team. Boston has always been a good team. Since what? I don't even know. They've always had players. Joe Thornton was there at one point. It's always been something. Tim Thomas was in the net. He was great. He came out of nowhere, like freaking 30 years old or whatever. It's just so much to take in. And I've been ranting and rambling. I don't think anyone would have made it this far through this video. But if you did, I appreciate that. Excuse me. Holy moly, excuse me. 3 right there. 3 burps. That was the amount of wins Toronto had in that series. Well, I don't know. Once again, I'm sad. I'm a sad boy wearing a lonely jersey. I was actually thinking going out to get a Boston shirt, maybe a Boston jersey. I got the money. Maybe just do that and then not spend on anything else ever again. My voice is cracking. I'm gonna cry. I don't know. The Toronto Maple Leafs, as Steve Dangle puts it, they're ruining my life. And the Boston Bruins, they're ruining my life as well. And I don't know anymore. I'll be back in October. Cheering them on again. I don't know what's going to happen. There's going to be, I don't know, trades or firings and hirings over the summer. I'll be surprised by it, by whatever acquisitions they do and all that. And if they don't do anything, then, well, we're going to be here next year again. And the playoff format is not changing. So if Toronto is still good, I don't know if they're going to drop to a wild card spot next year. Jesus, Montreal's coming up. Hopefully they drop to a wild card. They wouldn't have to face Boston in the first round. But of course, Boston probably first in the league or something, and Toronto would have to face them. You're never get away from them. I don't know. It's nuts. And I'm lost for words. But I had to make this video to vent. And I did that now. It was all over the place, I know. And I'm still rambling right now. It's like, what the hell is he going on about? I don't know. But I've been a Toronto fan forever. And this is just another year being upset and being sad. And it just sucks. I don't know. One more thing, though. If you're a Toronto fan and you're going, even if you're not, if you're a hockey fan and you're going to a player's Instagram or Twitter and you make them delete their Instagram or their Twitter because of the comments you put, like players like on Jake Gardner's Instagram, Nazem Kadri's, whatever, Mitch Marner even, or Austin Matthews, like that doesn't do anything. Like, I know you're mad, but going on an Instagram profile and going on a Twitter profile and just bashing at the guy, telling him to die or whatever you're doing, telling him to kill himself, that's not helping, and that's not very smart, and you're an idiot. But anyway, I don't know, that's about it. For me, it's been a minute since I've uploaded anything, but I had to get this out. I don't know. It's just another year of sadness. I'm sorry.